woman came in to see me who thought she was having a heart attack. She was a patient of mine. I hadn't seen her for a month or so, but she came in and she had this crushing chest pain. She had difficulty breathing. Her left arm was completely numb. The left side of her face was numb. And that looks like a heart attack, right? And I told my staff, we might need an ambulance, but let me just really quickly do some testing on her. And so I did. Tapped into her subconscious mind and found that there was emotional baggage that was causing this symptom. And so we have a chart of emotions that we use. There are about 60 emotions on the chart. It's divided up into 2 columns and 6 rows. And so I was very quickly able to figure out what the emotion was. The emotion was grief. And so I asked her subconscious mind, well, when did this occur? This emotion of grief had become trapped in her body 3 years before. And when I arrived at that, she broke down weeping. And she said, I can't believe I'm dealing with that still. She said, I thought that was all over. And I said, well, what in the world happened? She said that year, her husband, she found out, had been having an affair. So she confronted him about it. The marriage blew up and she ended up getting divorced. And she spent a year in therapy dealing with it mentally and had even recently gotten remarried. As far as she was concerned, that ex was just her ex. But at the time it happened, it was shattering. She was so deeply in love with this guy and expected to be with him for her whole life, forever. And that's what happened. So that emotion of grief that she felt was so powerful, that became trapped in her body. And when I released that, and the feeling came back into her arm and into her face within about 3 seconds. And the chest pain was gone, the difficulty breathing, it was all gone. And she left the office about 10 minutes later after joking with my staff and was totally fine. And I remember after she left, sitting down at my desk, and my head was kind of spinning. I was thinking, what in the world did I just witness? How is it possible that an emotional energy like that can create these symptoms? That was almost 30 years ago. I believe that she would not have survived. She's still alive. We're still in touch. She has a horse ranch in Oregon. And but I think that she would have died. And she would have been somebody who literally would have died of a broken heart, very likely. And no one would have realized that what really killed her was her husband's affair.
Unwell-being, disease, whatever we want to call it, distraction even, anxiety and depression isn't about the disease coming from somewhere. It's much more about who I am as a potential host for that disease. So for instance, if my immune system is deficient, then I become more of a host for the potential for a disease. So then how can I maximize my immune system is the biggest question that people should be interested in getting answered.